All right, guys, so we're going to go ahead and do 2 word problems. And the thing is if you notice that on number 4, we have an A and a B. That means we're going to be taking what we have on letter A and we're going to apply it to letter B. So it says the general admission to the American Museum of Natural History costs $19. Okay. So it says if a group of 125 students visits the museum, how much will the group's tickets cost? So I know I'm going to be multiplying these 2 numbers. Now on this one, because it is a word problem and you're figuring out what 2 numbers you're multiplying, when you're multiplying these out, I would always start off with the number that has more place values on the top or the bigger number. So I'm not going to write 19 times 125. I'm going to write 125 and I'm going to multiply it by 19, okay? That way it's not confusing when you multiply it, and for me it would kind of be a little bit backwards. So now I can multiply this out. 5 times 9 is going to be 45. I'm going to regroup my 4. 9 times 2 is 18, plus 4 more is going to be 22. I'm almost giving you guys the answer when I'm trying to tell you guys what to multiply, so I have to stop myself. 1 times 9 is 9, plus 2 more is going to be 11. All right, so now, because remember I'm multiplying this now by 10, I need to put that 0 there to show me that I've multiplied it by 10. 5 times 1 is 5, 2 times 1 is 2, and 1 times 1 is 1. Okay, remember this 2 over here, I should have crossed that off. That 2 is from when I was regrouping, when I was multiplying by that 1. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to add these up. 7, 1 plus 2, 3. 1 plus 1 is 2. So to be able to go to the museum, the groups, I was writing ahead of myself. The group's tickets cost $2,375 to go to the American Museum of Natural History. Okay, so now we're done. So then it says, if the group also purchases IMAX movie tickets for an additional $4 per student, what is the new total of the tickets? So it says to write an expression to show how you calculated the new price. So what I would do is I wouldn't add anything onto this one. Okay, what I would do is I would come up here, and if I know that the base price for the tickets to get into the Natural History Museum is going to cost $19, I'm going to say, well, I've got $19, but then now I want to go do the IMAX movie, and so I know it's going to cost an additional $4 for the students. So what I'm doing now is I'm figuring out what is going to be the new cost for the students to go to this museum, but then also be able to go and watch the IMAX movie. So then I'm going to multiply these 2. Once I add these 2 together, I'm going to multiply this by 125 because, guys, remember how many students did I have that went? It's 125. So now I can go ahead and add this up. I've got 19 plus 4 is going to give me 23, and I'm going to multiply that by 125. Okay, so guys, I know that when I talked earlier, I said, oh, that first number is going to be the first number you're going to put on the top. But now this is kind of where, when we're doing word problems like this, we're actually not going to kind of follow that rule, because I would rather put this 125 on top, multiplying it by that 23, because this one has those 3 place value columns, and then this one has the 2. So whenever you see a problem, and I'm going to flip this over onto this back side, whenever you see the problem like this, I would set it up how you see it. But then when you're in a word problem and you come across this and this is what your work is doing, that's when you can go ahead and flip it and have that 125 on the top times that 23. So now I can go ahead and solve it. 5 times 3 is 15, regroup my 1. 2 times 3 is 6, plus 1 more is 7. Cross off that 1. 3 times 1 is 3. Okay. So now I'm going to go ahead and come over here, and I'm going to add that 0 just because that 0 is because I'm multiplying this by 20. okay? But I'm not going to be doing that when I multiply it here because I've already added the 0. I don't need to do it. So 5 times 2 is 10. Regroup my 1. 2 times 2 is 4 plus 1 is 5. I don't need to regroup anything. 2 times 1 is 2, and I'm going to add these together. So when I add these together, okay, the new cost will be $2,875 for tickets.